This is Harry Judd for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. We're here at the O2 and I'm delighted to be joined by Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. How are we, sir?
You know what, at the moment we're top of the league, I'm feeling really good, you know what I mean? No, I'm really looking forward to this fight this weekend. The whole bill, you know what I mean? All female bill, history making. It's really exciting. I love the female boxers, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
Your passion doesn't just lie with football then, you're a massive boxing fan as well, Robbie?
Love my boxing, always watching boxing since I was a kid. You know what I mean? I've grown up, my whole family are big boxing fans. So since I was a kid, I've been watching boxing. And there's nothing, you know what, I think the closest sport to football is boxing. I don't know many football fans who don't like boxing, you know what I mean? It's one of them crossover sports, you know? So, yeah, I love my boxing.
In terms of you're here today, let's just get a little bit more about you. What is the biggest fight you've ever been to in your eyes?
Oh, the biggest fight I've ever been to, probably when AJ was at Wembley, you know what I mean?
Is that the Klitschko one?
That was humongous, you know what I mean? I don't think anything's topped that. Difficult for me sometimes to get to a lot of fights because it's on the same day as football, so that's the difficulty sometimes. But yeah, that's the biggest one, man. I couldn't believe it. You know, it was like a football game. You know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think everyone who went to that event is just astounded by how big that was for AJ. But you know, you're here for the main event. You're here for Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. Yeah. But moving on to that penultimate fight, the Alicia Baumgardner, Mikaela Mayer. Now that could be fight of the night, Robbie.
Yeah, I heard some of the guys saying that earlier on. You know what I mean? That again is another one that they can't call. You know, and that's why this bill's so exciting. And you know what I've found with the female boxers is that they leave it all in there. You very rarely see a boring female fight. You know what I mean? That's what I've noticed. So that one's really, really hard to call. But the main event is the one that my eyes are on. It's just, I think, the way they've talked this up, the banter, the trash talking between the two of them has just got me. It's got me. I'm hooked. I've got to see this fight. You know what I mean? It's
AFTV-esque, is it? The banter between the two?
It is. You know what I mean? And you know what as well? Like, both fighters are so good. Both fighters have got such pedigree, you know what I mean, what they've done in the past. It's so hard to call. So, it's going to be an unbelievable fight. I was obviously got cancelled before. We know the reasons why, but it's great that the fight's been put back on.
As a football man, because forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'd say football is obviously your number one sport, following Arsenal, etc. With fights, let's go with the AJ Fury one, that have not been made, fights that are never made within boxing. Someone like yourself that is majority a football fan, does that sort of put you off the sport in any way?
It doesn't put me off because I kind of get the politics sometimes of boxing, but what I would love to see in boxing is the best fight the best. That's the only sort of off-putting thing sometimes, that because of all the different politics and the different promoters and stuff like that, some fights that everybody wants to see don't get made. I mean, I'm desperate to see that fight, AJ Fury. That's the fight I think the whole world wants to see, especially the British public want to see. And I was really disappointed the other day that all kind of fell through. You know, why can't they just get in a room and sort that fight out? Everybody wants to see it. You know what I mean? We've got two of the greatest, heavyweights around, and we want to see them. We want to see them fight. You know what I mean? And I think it'll be an awesome fight, by the way, because I think their styles will make for a great fight. So it is. Yeah, it's very annoying because obviously in football the best play the best. So but let's hope that fight can still happen.
Obviously, we were here last week for Conor, Benn and Chris Eubank. A lot has been spoken about this, and obviously Conor Benn's failed drug test. A lot of it's been on, radio shows, etc. Yeah, what do you make of all that situation?
Yeah, it's really disappointing. You know what I mean? Again, I was so looking forward to that fight, and for it to sort of fall away the way it did was really, really disappointing. I'm just really hoping that maybe it's some miracle that test doesn't prove to be positive, because if it is, that is really disappointing. It's not great for the sport. But you know what? A fight like this with the women doing it is the sort of thing that can
Rejuvenate the sport, mate.
Rejuvenate the sport. We've seen it in football. You know what I mean? I'll give you the comparison. Remember with the Euros last year with the men, and what happened in the final afterwards with all the trouble and that. And then I went to the women's Euros final, and then such a joyous affair. It really brought football back. So the women can bring it back this weekend.
Well, Robbie, again, thanks for talking to Boxing Social. I hope to see you again this week. But cheers for your time.